But what's the link between all of this ideology and terrorism? Because some people say, yes, there is this extremist ideology, but it's only a small number, a little fringe, a radical fringe that falls into terrorism perhaps for other reasons.
You know, every book that you want to apply blindly can be transformed on a tool, on a war machine. Sharp, my colleague who was killed, would always give even this example, you know, even a cuisine book, if you want to apply it by letter, you know, if you say...
A cookbook.
Yeah. If you put 2 spoons of sugar and not 3, you deserve being killed. Even a cookbook can be a war book. It depends on how we apply it. The problem with Islam is that the Quran and the Sunnah have been influenced by a Bedouin context 15 centuries ago. I mean, the world, it was totally different. It was a barbarian world, and we cannot pretend that the rules ruling the society at this time can rule the society now in 2016. No ideology can just erase more than 1 millennium of civilization, you know.
But is that the cause of terrorism, though?
Those who think that the terrorism have nothing to do with Islam are ignorant. They haven't read Islam. They have no culture about the history of violence in Islam. And if they only read the Quran and the Sunnah, they will understand that if we have people who pretend that this religion have to be applied as it was applied at this time, we will have terrorism. Because those who pretend that it is a religion of peace and love, I don't know why Islam is the only religion of peace and love in the world. Maybe no one says that except the people who belong to those religions, but I've heard no one saying in France that Christianism is a religion of peace and love, or that there is any religion of peace and love. So if Islam is a religion of peace and love, maybe should we all convert then? We found the solution for peace in the world, okay? But if we read Islam, if we read its history, if we see how the Prophet committed massacres against the Jews, against others, how he systematically eliminated all his opponents, if we saw how slavery was practiced, if we saw how Islam could expand in certain countries by war and by massacres, if we see how the women are considered in Islam, if we see how Islam practices polygamy, how it allows you to marry with a 9-year-old girl, because the Prophet have done it. The Prophet have done it. So the countries who apply the Islam by letter, normally they should allow the marriage of 9-year-old girls. So if we apply that example, we will obtain something that is totally unacceptable now regarding the laws we have today. So the problem is not Islam how it was 15 centuries ago. The problem is this ambition that the Islamists have to apply it exactly how it was now in the 21st century. And as long as we have people who have that ambition, we will have terrorism. Because if we apply these rules, this reality of Islam 15 centuries ago, if we apply it today, this is exactly the definition of terrorism.